This is the Carty Method Podcast.
When I coach photographers through the Carty Method, phase 2 is always the moment that the light bulb seems to click. And this isn't the phase where you learn how to use your gear or you start experimenting with random styles. This is where you start showing up as a photographer and you look, act, and everything about your entity makes people want to hire you. So phase 2 in the Carty Method is called the packaging. And through me doing the Carty Method for the last, I would say 2.5 years, I've really developed this, and the packaging could also become or be called your packaging triangle. It's like phase 1, I talk about a market, like your market, the market for the work that you're going to make. Learn what your market is and then make work for that market. In phase 2, you have to package that work. So at this point, when you're packaging, you already have your niche, your style, and your ideal clients in mind. And the whole idea about packaging is you're building a package that sells you as a photographer without you having to beg. So, but this isn't just about throwing a website together and calling it a day. I promise you, the packaging triangle is not just about throwing a website together and calling it a day. It really, there's 3 sides to the packaging triangle. Like there's actually 3 sides. It's not just your website. There's 3 sides, and you have to have all 3 of these in sync if you want to get booked. It's really, really simple. The packaging triangle. It starts like this. Your work, your website, and you. It is a triangle. And this is what it looks like. This is my eyepiece, so you wouldn't have never seen this before. So this is, again, when I say this is stuff that I've been working on for years, this is stuff I've been working on for years. So I'm glad you're here with me today. So let's break it down. First of all, the portfolio. The portfolio is, I'm just going to write it down. It's better if you see it. The portfolio. This is your proof of skill. Your portfolio is your proof of skill. Okay, and understand this, like when photographers who are in the Carty Method or in phase 1, like we make your work mean something. People who are in Portfolio Lab, I'm helping them make their work mean something. You're not supposed to be just going out there making random pretty pictures. What you're trying to do is build a portfolio that was reverse engineered to work directly in your market. Like this is brain stuff. Work that has a purpose behind it. Work that tells a story about what you shoot, how you see visually, your visual signature, and the type of clients that you serve. Work that shows your visual signature is super important because style is why you get booked. It's not just your technical ability, but it's your style with the camera, the way that you shoot, that swagginess. if your portfolio doesn't look like the kind of work that you want to get paid for, and while I'm talking about this, I'm just going to show you some of my portfolio. And I can just do this and push play. Here we go. So let's actually start from the beginning so you can see what the homepage looks like. And on every rollover, it tells you Gabrielle Byrne for CBC or Pete Rock for Soul Survivor 2. Like, there's now credits on all the images, starting with Colin Firth. And I'm going to expand that so you can see the credit. And then I'm going to push play while I talk. So if your portfolio doesn't look and it's not filled with the kind of work that you want to get paid for, then you're using your portfolio just to show off. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. And no one hires people that are showing off. They hire people to solve a visual problem that they have. So the first side of the triangle is your curated, purpose-built, client-focused portfolio. It's your proof. It is your proof that you can actually do the job. So let's get into the second very important point here, which is your website. So the first one is your portfolio, your proof of skill. Okay. The second one is your website, which is proof of business. Proof of business. This shows that you're legit. Now we take that work that you've been working so hard on, and now we package it. We have to give it a home. So this isn't a dumping ground. This isn't a slideshow necessarily, although I'm showing you the dopest slideshow of all. It's not necessarily a slideshow. The fact that I have this feature built in makes it just a little bit nice. Daft Punk. Yes, I saw them with their masks off. Michael Sheen. So what we're trying to do is build a purpose-built website that's less about us, meaning me, Carty, the photographer. This website has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with me and nothing to do with me. It has more to do with what I can do for the clients that are looking at this portfolio. It's more about what I can do for you than it is about me personally. This is where photographers mess up. Honestly, they really do. They mess up because they build a portfolio. They build a portfolio that looks like a resume. Literally. They build a portfolio that looks like a resume, which shows everything that they've ever shot ever. And that you want, like, what you actually want instead of a portfolio that's a resume and shows everything you've ever done ever in your whole life, is what you want instead is a client-facing experience that makes it instantly clear. Like, by the way, when you look at my portfolio, I'm a killer. I am a killer. I'm a killer. There is not, from Nike to Apple, celebrities, editorial, advertising, I got you. I'm a killer. And oh my God, I'm one of those guys that's very hard to say no to. So what I'm giving when I show this portfolio is a front-facing client experience that makes it instantly clear. Number one, who I'm for. Like, what kind of a client am I for? Like, who's my idea? Like, you'll know by looking at this work if you want me to shoot for you. So who I'm for is very evident here. Number two, what I specialize in is also, when you look at my portfolio, who I'm for, Apple Music, Michael Sheen for Hamlet, CBC, and BET, Vogue, Nike. Like, this is who I'm for. So when you see the work, you're like, okay, this guy has he's swung the bat a couple of times. Oh my God. So, and again, this isn't about being braggadocious. This is just about like factual telling you how you get to the point where you're doing the kind of work that I'm doing. It all starts from scratch. It all starts from zero. But what your website has to say is, number one, who you're for. Number two, what you specialize in. And number three, and the most important thing, the thing that's going to get you the work, is how your work solves a creative problem. Solves a problem, and also creates a tangible result. How your work solves a problem and creates a tangible result. That's what you're using your website to prove. So your website is proof of business. This is like not a joke. Every single image, headline, if there's text from a tear sheet or a magazine editorial, every button should have a purpose, an intent behind it. You're not showcasing just work. What you're doing and what you see me doing is I'm actually positioning my work. I'm positioning it, which is very different than just showing work. I'm positioning work. So the website is the place where curious becomes conviction. I wonder about this Steve Carty guy. And then that curiosity, they go to my site, and then now they're like, okay, this is the guy. So that's the same kind of feeling that you need to achieve with your website. So step three is where most photographers drop the ball when it comes to your proof of presence. The fact that you actually exist, your proof of presence. Now, again, I promise you no one talks about this. And if you're watching my show, by the way, say hi. I'm Carty. If you don't know me, if I just went into it today, I didn't even give you a precursor. I've been a professional photographer for 36 years next month. 36 years. I've shot a lot of stuff. I've shot a lot of celebrities. I'm an editorial portrait photographer. I shoot for magazines. I shoot for ads, and I shoot for clients. And I shoot for personal people too, who have the dough to pay me. So I've had this YouTube channel since 2008 or so, and I didn't do anything with it. I just used it to upload client work and used it for embeds. And somewhere around COVID times, when work really slowed down, I knew it was time for me to actually really invest. And at the point, like, I just wanted to record my knowledge, like the things that I know about the industry. And I just wanted to talk about other photographers and talk with other photographers and help them make that transition from not getting paid to getting paid, because I know how to do it. So I really dived in, and now here we are 5 years later. We're almost at 50,000. And by the way, we're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. My goal is to help 100,000 photographers make an ethical living with their camera. That's my goal. That is my divine mission. So let's get back into the part that no one talks about. But there's nothing more important than this. There's nothing more important than this, because once the portfolio gets their attention, like the work, they see something on Instagram or they see a piece of your work on LinkedIn, then they go to your website. And then once the website because again, if you're using social media as your promotion engine only, if you don't have a website, literally punch yourself right now. Once the portfolio, the work gets their attention, once they go to your website, that convinces them that you're legit. And then guess what? They're going to meet you. You're the product. You're the one who makes all of this work. So if you don't match the story that your portfolio, that your website just told, if you don't match that story, your client's gone. And this is where so many photographers blow it. So many photographers blow it right here. You've done the hard work. You've nailed the visuals. You're building momentum. Okay? And then you hop on Zoom and you have a wrinkled t-shirt that's got dog hair and cat hair all over it. And you have your camera gear on your bed behind you. Dusty camera gear on your bed behind you. Wrinkled tee, hair messed up. My hair can't get messed up. So, or you show up on set looking like you just walked your dog. Not like you're about to direct, control, and execute a photo shoot. Now, I'm not talking about fashion per se. I promise you I'm wearing exactly 0 designer labels. 0. I'm talking about consistency, identity, and intent. I guess that's 3. Consistency, identity, and intent. I dress with intent. So when a client meets you, what they're doing, what the client is doing, the client is scanning you. They're scanning you from head to toe. They're scanning for confidence. They're scanning for presence. And they're scanning for taste. Okay? No client will ever tell you this. No person will ever tell you this, but this is happening. And by the way, clients judge you head to toe, with all of their senses, including smell. So if you're bad, you got bad breath, blah, 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 like they're gonna know. So they're also asking themselves this when they do that head to toe scan of you. They're asking this of themselves. Can this one represent my brand and my clients? Can this one represent my brand and my clients? Can they command the room? Are they going to be able to command the room, or are they going to vaporize and disappear into a corner? And do they look like somebody who gets paid to make photos, who gets paid to be creative? That's the 3 things that they're scanning when they look at you. Okay? So, you are a part of your brand. You are the most important part of your brand. And that means how you show up, how you look, how you visually put yourself out there is so important, and it matters as much as your photography. I'm telling you. So let's be real. You can't be looking like a hobbyist. Okay? It's like, you can't be looking like a hobbyist. And I promise you, like, I'm not here to police your personal style. I'm just giving advice. I'm not here to police your personal style. I'm just giving you advice. But I will call you out if you're showing up to do business looking like doing business is an afterthought. And I'm not saying that you need to look like an accountant. You need to look like a photographer. And there's a pretty standard uniform. So if you're wearing whatever, or like just whatever, or maybe something that your partner bought you on sale at Walmart, like if you're showing up in shoes that the same shoes that you mow the lawn in, like I have shoes that I don't wear unless I'm shooting. Like I have shoes that I wear just for photo shoots. And you see the top row, 1, 2, 3. Here, let me show you these. Shoes I wear just for photo shoots. Yesterday was Air Max Day. This is the Nike Air Max Valentine Love Edition. Hearts. Hearts. Love. This is just one of the shoes that I pull out when I'm doing a photo. The very attainable shoe. This is the Nike Dunk. This is a very attainable shoe. Like, this is a great shoe to wear when you're shooting. And I love this shoe. And these ones I'm saving for when I shoot Dave Chappelle. When I get booked to shoot Dave Chappelle or Bill Burr. When I get booked to shoot Dave Chappelle, I wear these. Patent leather. Come on. So we have to curate, you know? If your shoes are the same shoes that you're like just doing everything with, come on. You got to take this seriously, man, because people are judging you and you're an image expert. You're an image expert. You're an image expert. But when you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't look like an image expert at all. So taking that seriously, getting a haircut, finding a cool pair of sunglasses, like caring about the shoes that you have on your feet. Like for guys, that's all we have is our shoes. Seriously. Like simple lines. I wear like black t-shirts, super baggy pants, and kicks. So if your clothes say nothing about the type of creative that you are, like imagine your clothing is saying nothing about the kind of creative that you are, well, you're sending a message. You're sending a message. You're saying, I do not take myself very seriously. Your image, this is what you're also trying to say, which is hilarious when you think about it. Your image is very important to me. Okay? My image, not so much. That's literally what you're saying. Like it's, how do you expect to work like that? And now I know that this sounds harsh. Sometimes I can sometimes be harsh as far as my delivery. I know this might sound harsh, but it's the truth. It's super simple. It's just the truth. Now, you don't need to be insanely stylish to have intention with your clothes. You don't need to be insanely stylish. You just have to have intention. And you don't need to wear designer clothing. Again, I say I wear, the only thing that I really spend money on is shoes. Everything else, like, like this is my merch, which you can get at the cartymethodshop.com. which can definitely help you with your image. But what we need is to look like we make decisions for a living. Like we need to look like I make decisions for a living. Okay, that's what I do. I talk and I make decisions. Sometimes I make photographs, sometimes I make videos, but most of the time I'm making decisions, and most of the time I'm talking on camera for a living. Like that's what I do most of the time. Most of the time. Like 4 days a week. So I don't wear designer stuff, but I do make decisions for a living. And when you look at me, you can be like, that guy doesn't mess around. So understand this. What you are is a working creative. And what you have to look like is a working creative. You ever seen a doctor? Doctor, scrubs, stethoscope, like sometimes a head wrap. See them outside of being a doctor. There's definitely like the doctor uniform, So every industry has a uniform. Photography industry, the art industry, like the art world, like the dance world, like point to an industry, and every industry has their uniform. So here's something that you have to ask yourself. Like, what character are you playing? Like, what character are you playing as a photographer? Every time you step into a room, every single time you step into a room, you're playing a character. Okay? The question is that character aligned beautifully with your brand? For me, people see me, I tell them I'm a photographer, they're like, yeah, it's about right. And then they see the work and it's like, oh, everything makes sense, including me being the creator in it. All makes sense. So a question is that character that you're putting out there right now, is that character your character? Is it aligned? Is it aligned with your brand? Does it speak the same way that your brand speaks? Do you look like a creative when you walk into a cafe? Maybe you pull out your laptop, your camera bag. Do you look like a creative? Or do you look like a corporate tech guy who has the day off, who just happens to have a camera? I've made the choice in my life to own my look. And my version of the photography uniform has elevated. It might be a bit elevated. It has elevated because I wear really nice sunglasses and shoes. But you could elevate it with like signature pants and like nice fitted tees, denim jackets, and like clean boots, clean sneakers. But it still has to feel grounded. Even if you have like, I have what's it called? A Supreme t-shirt. That Supreme t-shirt costs $160. Okay, it's a t-shirt. I didn't buy that t-shirt for $160. Are you crazy? I got that Supreme t-shirt for $20 because I bought it used. I bought it vintage. $20. $160 t-shirt. Crazy. So yes, I do mix in designer stuff, and I also do stuff for brands. I do stuff for clothing brands, and I get clothes sometimes and money. So what I'm showing you with my version of my photography uniform, although sometimes it's a little bit elevated, I'm still showing you that I'm grounded. I'm still showing you that like I'm a real guy. And I just have good taste. I just know how to pick stuff. And I also take this seriously. Like that's what it's showing you. It's like I take this seriously. Even from my office and the way that like the cleanliness and like that kind of stuff, like I take this so seriously. And we have to. I've got kicks, which I've talked about. And I also talk about eyewear because the right eyewear, like these are $20 glasses. I have glasses that go from like $20 to like let's say $800. It's another $20 pair of glasses. So you can find stuff. Okay. And like for me, I'm a photographer, so my eyes are my most important thing. So wearing sunglasses isn't vanity. It's clarity. I'm actually showing you that my eyes are so important. Is again, not vanity, but my eyes are my world. My eyes are how I work. And the ideas that come through my eyes into my brain that I push back out through my eyes, through my camera. This isn't vanity. And I don't want you to take this as vanity. I want you to understand this is clarity. Okay. So a lot of people with this kind of stuff, they don't have a clue where to start. And I understand that. Hey, Wayne, thank you so much for your generous donation. First of all, I can show you that all my lights are flashing right now. That's happening because you just donated, including back there, over there. All my lights are flashing for you. But I do not have my smoke machine on right now, so I can't give you the smoke. I can just give you the virtual smoke. So I'm going to give you the virtual smoke. I'm going to give you some love from Taylor Swift. And I'm going to say a genuine thank you. Thank you, Wayne Michaels, for your $5 donation. So this is the trick. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay? Stories are the best. Okay, so grab this. I'm in first year photography school. I went to Ryerson, which is, at the time that I went to Ryerson, there was 3 photography schools. There was way more, but like the reputable ones, there was 3. There was the Brooks Institute of Technology in California. There was the Rochester Institute of Technology in Rochester, New York. And there was Ryerson University, now called Toronto Metropolitan University. Ryerson, the 3 best photography programs globally. Seriously. In 1990 when I went. So I got into photography school, and the thing that was crazy is like my photo technology teacher, this was the teacher that like, he had a reputation. Like, do not screw around with this guy. He is like, you can't just listen. He's certified genius. He's literally like taught photographers like Walter Chin, Struan Campbell Smith. Walter Chin shoots for Vogue. Like, he's legit. Like, pay attention to this guy. So class goes in, it's like a class of like 23 people plus him. And he has black t-shirt, blue jeans, black boots. Okay? That's what he wore the first day. Second day. Come to class. Teacher is named Bill Scanlon. He's passed. Bill Scanlon. So Bill, next day, day 2, black t-shirt, blue jeans, black boots. Day 3, black t-shirt, blue jeans, black boots. Day 4, black t-shirt, blue jeans, black boots. Oh my God. One of the guys in my class, one of the smartasses, puts his hand up and he says this. I can't believe he said this. He said, "Hey, Bill, do you ever change your clothes?" He literally said, "Hey, Bill, ever change your clothes?" And Bill literally walked so quickly to this guy and he got right in his face. And he says, "Hey, fuck, if you open my closet, you're going to see 12 black t-shirts, 10 pairs of blue jeans, and 4 pairs of black boots. Okay? This is my uniform. I'm not the most important person on set. My model is. I'm not trying to take the spotlight. I want to shine all my light on her. So I dress in an invisible style. So I'm forgettable. So you don't see me. So I'm just crew. Like, oh my God, this guy was literally like this far, like screaming in this like photography student's face. Next day, Steve Carty, I come to class, black t-shirt, blue jeans, black boots. And I'm in class like this. Like whatever this guy says, whatever you say, dude, whatever, you are God, whatever you say, put it in my head. Next day, me and this guy, black t-shirt, blue jeans, black boots. Next day, 5 of us. By the next week, the entire class is wearing black t-shirt, blue jeans, black boots. Like, Bill Scanlon, and I swear to God, I get emotional about this, but I swear he started the uniform that we wear out of Ryerson in the 80s. Like, he started how we were supposed to dress. I swear to God, he started. So where we need to start, if you're questioning where to start, the dude who made the comment, by the way, this is just a good ratio because Wayne's asking a great question. Just to give you an idea of the 2,500 photographers who applied to get into this program, only 75 photographers got in. Of the 75 photographers that got in, only 4 are pros. 4 of us. So Steve Carty, Michael Alberstadt, Bryce Duffy, and David Batten. All of us are doing very well. I've seen people who went to my photography school at like literally on the other side of the counter at the bank while I'm making deposits. They work at a bank. And again, just graduates, people who graduated, but just because they graduated from the program, it doesn't mean they're killers. It doesn't mean they're killers. It doesn't mean that they have the business sense, the mindset, the go to it, the take what's yours vibe, like chose the easy route, got a job, and then never left the job. So the best way to start this whole journey is by wearing a uniform. Like uniform. Think about schools that have uniforms. Think about job. This is one of the jobs that we have a uniform. And it's very flexible, but we have a uniform. So I like to call it the classic creative uniform. Okay. And it's based on a black or a very neutral tone t-shirt. Black is it. It should be black. But you'll also see me wear gray and you'll see me wear white. Like where I sub this out with a white t-shirt or I sub this out with a gray. And also, back in the day, skinny jeans were like the look. Right now, my pants are so baggy, it's like out of control. Like it's literally out of, oops, wrong camera. Like, my pants are baggy. That's the look right now. So you got to kind of keep yourself with the look of the times. And right now, baggy jeans are the thing. And I like earth tones. So jeans wise, I wear beige, I wear green, I wear black, and sneakers. Sneakers, Converse. Can't go wrong with a pair of Converse because they're inexpensive. Everybody can afford a pair of Converse and they don't limit you. Look at this. A nice, simple, white leather pair of Converse. Super simple. Mine are like a limited edition kind of, I like to find these kinds of things, some sort of limited edition thing. And then It's got baby blue around instead of the other colors. Like, you can find that stuff. So we're doing like a black or a neutral t-shirt. We're doing oversized pants, or like clean line pants. We're wearing simple sneakers, simple, non-distracting sneakers, as I show you my red sneakers with hearts, non-distracting sneakers. And as far as some options, a jacket that has some structure. A jacket that has some structure completely changes your look. This is a jean jacket, a bomber jacket, some sort of a utilitarian kind of a shirt. All of these things. Do I have one over there? No, not really. All of these things like really add to a look. And again, it's like, I'm not trying to make this fashion school, but I'm telling you, like, some photographers have some of the worst fashion I've ever seen. Like, some of the worst style I've ever seen is on a photographer. And it's like, how do you expect to work if you have such bad personal style? So you have to work on it. If you're weak in that area, you got to work on it. Buy a details magazine, buy a GQ, like, look at what people are wearing. So from there, there's small personal touches like watch. I wanted this watch for so long, the Apple Watch Edition. I've always had Apple Watches. Here's an old one. I have had, this is my 5th Apple Watch. And I finally got the one I wanted, which is the all black. The edition. So small touches, subtle accessories. I'm wearing a cross because God is great. And I got this in Mexico City. So this is like significant for me. And I'm wearing $10, $20 sunglasses. I'm not trying to stand out right now. And again, like if me wearing sunglasses bothers you, here, listen to this. First of all, I had brain cancer. You can see my scar here. And then after the brain cancer, I've always like been light sensitive because I spent like decades in the darkroom, like 2 decades in the darkroom from age 14 to age 34 in the darkroom and literally no light. And then when I would go outside, my eyes would just pour like when the sun was out. I can't be outside if the sun is out without sunglasses. I can't. My eyes just water. It's so uncomfortable. They burn. So after brain surgery, now my light sensitivity inside with this light on my face is starting to be, I don't want to say too much, but I'm a lot happier when I have sunglasses on. Let me just say that. So if my sunglasses are bothering you, I'm sorry. There's a reason for it. And also I spend so much time on screens and these ones just help me block a little blue light. So understand this, our role is not to stand out per se. What we're trying to do is fit in. We're trying to fit in, but kind of not, you know, we're trying to look the part without looking like anyone else. And what we're trying to do is belong in a room where creativity and creatives and creative decisions get made. Like, you need to look like you belong in that room, in that art director, in that design firm, in that ad agency space. You need to look like you belong there. And you also need to look like you belong in conversations that talk about vision and concepts and mindsets, not in conversations where it's like, oh, I just got the R5 Mark II. Oh, really? I have the R6 Mark II. And like, who cares? Who cares? What do you do with that tool? Imagine it's literally like Picasso and Michelangelo talking about their fucking paintbrushes. Oh my God, you should see my paintbrush. Oh my God, my paintbrush has got such a, oh yeah, oh, my paintbrush. Oh my God, my paintbrush, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, my paintbrush is so, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, what are you painting? The camera is just a tool. So look like you belong in conversations about vision, concepts, future, creativity. Stop talking about gear, okay? Because people who talk about cameras have nothing else to talk about. All right. So there's some resources that you can use to build looks. There's like, I'm sure you want a style that works without it feeling like you're pretending or feeling like you're trying too hard. If you're budget conscious, this is a no-brainer. If you're stuck on money, it's two things. H&M and Indigo. Those are the two spots. I spend most of my time here. All of my stuff is pretty much from Indigo. But before Indigo, it was all H&M. So you can put together looks relatively simple, relatively easy, and on uniform if you're budget conscious by just going to Uniqlo. I spelt Indigo, and it's sorry, that's totally wrong. It's Uniqlo. That's it. So, and also basics. Vintage shops is another place. Like H&M and Uniqlo, if you're going retail, if you want to save even more money, vintage black t-shirts, vintage jeans, like it's a great spot for like timeless jean jackets, accessories. Next thing, Pinterest. Go to Pinterest and look at links like casual men's style and see the kind of things that Pinterest is showing you. And again, it's not these like these guides and places to like, you have to hunt for things that you feel like, oh, that kind of speaks to me. So you can look at men's personal style and see like, and pull some looks that work for you, pull some ideas like, hey, look at this guy's wearing my sweater. This is my look straight, like literally, like this is what we look at. And I'm like, I have that hoodie that's from Uniqlo, the pants I have, and a version of those boots that I have. So understand that we actually have to look at references to see what's happening right now. And there's also like, there's a guy called Derek Guy, who is from Dye Workwear. And he also, I mean, we all have like our own fashion takes, but this guy has a blog where he talks just about, it says Dye Workwear, and it's dyeworkwear.com. He does stories and talks about like, again, personal style and this kind, like men need more of this. Men really do need, oh, what a jacket. That's dope. Basic Start Wardrobe Part 2. So like, again, the collar, this isn't your demographic. I don't want to see anybody wearing button downs or Oxfords. Like that's not the creative, the creative demographic, but you will find stuff here that inspires you. You will find stuff here that you're like, oh, I could murder that. So, look at stuff, look for stuff. It's kind of important. Also Esquire has like an essential men's guide. So this is like Esquire's essential, smart guide to like fashion, which again, some of this stuff on Esquire starts to get quite unattainable. Again, forget about the Oxfords. But you can, maybe you wear trousers instead of wearing denim, like, and mix that with the black t-shirt. Like there's so many different ideas here as far as how to up your fashion game. And lastly, like the Carty Method shop, which I put together because of this reason. Like photographers have no style. So, or many photographers have weak style. So I put together a really nice collection of, how about this one? Good influencer instead of influencer. I'm a good influencer. I positively influence you. And visual amplifier, you've seen me wear that. This is a back hit. This is on the back shoulder, which looks super dope. This is on the front. This obsess over success. The Carty method. This one is one of my favorites. I actually don't even own this t-shirt. The Carty method, cool and refreshing. So just these kinds of like, I put this together as a collection of things that you can wear while you're shooting. If you're in a hot spot, things that you can wear when you're shooting. Track pants that like have creative, like you can wear creative head to toe, including on a cap. So this I put together because, again, as I'm saying, like photographers, their personal style oftentimes isn't great, and I think it's necessary to give them some help. So I did that with the collections that I put out. I put a new collection out every few months. So know this whole thing is not about trying to look fashionable. It's about owning your identity. It's about owning who you are as a creative. And believe me, like, I'm going to tell you stories about my fashion. Like when I first started like shooting streetwear, like when I was my first 10 years of photography, I didn't think at all about personal style. Like, and in fact, my personal style in the first 10 years of my business was embarrassingly bad. If I look at some of the stuff that I wore between 1990 and 2000, I'm like, in my 20s, I'm like, oh my God, I was off the rails. And then I started working with a clothing brand. I started working with Lounge and magazine. Like I was shooting for magazines before. Like I had been shooting for magazines for like 8 years, but this one crew of people, because hip hop was starting to break and like street fashion, like not high fashion, but street fashion was starting to really break as well. I would come into the office and the guy I shared my office with would do this. He'd look at me and he just... And then literally one day he brought me into the shop and he's just like, take that, wear that with that. Like he just gave me like $500 worth of clothes. He's just like, I can't look at you like that every day anymore. I can't. We're in the same office. We have to look like we're on the same level. So I can't have you dressing like that anymore. So he called me out. And from that point, it's all about matching from kicks to cap. Like that's the idea, is that you have to feel good with what you have on your head. If you're wearing a hat, sunnies, your shirt, accessories, your pants, and your shoes. From top to bottom, be prepared to be judged. So it's like, that was like the beginning of me, like, and then after a while, when I started getting it, it's like, he would look at me and go, he would give me the nod. He'd go, he'd go back to his work. Once I started getting like how to dress and how to like match stuff. And yeah. So anyways, we're like, we all start from scratch, and I need to tell you that story because like I was laughed at for my fashion, like how I dressed. I was just all the way from Ryerson. Like I was a crazy person how I dressed. Like in Ryerson in photography school, I want you to picture this, okay? We're going to start from the bottom and go up. I want you to picture this. Used vintage combat boots, used vintage army boots, okay? Then wool socks, okay, dragged like just a little bit above the top of these used combat boots, which used to cost $10. Then white long johns, like white long underwear, okay? You see that? And then shorts, denim shorts over top of the white long johns with the combat boots. Okay. And then a t-shirt, then a motorcycle jacket over top of that. Okay. And then my hair was shaved around the side and I had dreads up here. Like Basquiat. And my inspiration was Jean-Michel Basquiat. So it was like Basquiat. So like, yeah, once I discovered him, I wanted to be him. I had dreads early, but like then I said, anyways, blah, blah, blah. I'm ranting. This is what you're going to do this week. This is what you're going to do this week. And again, I like telling you guys stories because it's fun. What you're going to do this week is you're going to do a visual audit. Okay. You're going to visually audit what you leave the house wearing. Okay. You're going to visually audit what you allow yourself to leave the house wearing. I want you to open your closet and ask about every single piece of clothing or outfit. Does this outfit help me or is it hurting my business? Like if you have like clothes that have like, you got wrinkles on the collar, you got permanent like ring around the collar stains on that white t-shirt, like throw it away. So you have to ask yourself about everything, single thing you wear. Does this outfit help or hurt my business? And I'm talking, I want you to toss, I want you to donate, I want you to retire anything that undermines your identity. Okay. And then part 2. So that's first, audit, get rid of the bad shit. Second, let's build a go-to uniform. That's 3 to 5 outfits that you can rotate, and ones that feel like you, but also say, I'm a pro. Okay. And I want you to stick with proven silhouettes and neutral tones, like army pants, black t-shirt, black boots, like so slick, so sick, so easy to pull off, and it costs no money. Okay, but that uniform, after a while, people get used to seeing you in that silhouette, and then someone's going to be like, hey, what do you do for a living? And you're like, I'm a photographer. They're like, makes sense. I was trying to figure out what, like, 'cause you wear the same kind of ish all the time. It's like, yeah, it's my uniform. And I want you to also, number 3, you got to walk into every single room as a photographer. Like walk into rooms like a photographer, whether you're pitching something, you're in a pitch meeting, or you're on a Zoom call, or you're just grabbing coffee. You have to understand, you are your brand. You are your brand. You have to give a shit enough about yourself to invest in yourself so you can actually own the room. Like, if you don't have people walking up to you saying, oh my God, those shoes are sick. I had a girl, she was 16 years old, like 16. I'm standing literally like, waiting to cross the street. She turns to me and she goes, your fit is off the chain. And I'm like, thank you so much. And literally, I just went for cancer treatment. I'd just gone for cancer treatment. I'm on my way back from chemotherapy. And this girl's like, you're fit from your shoes to your hat. Oh my God, you look great today. And I'm just like, I needed to hear that today. Thank you. I appreciate it. But if no one's ever said that to you, if no one's ever said like, oh my God, your outfit is crazy, it means you're not trying hard enough. Simple. So this is why the packaging triangle works. Okay. This is the truth. Clients don't buy photography. Okay. They don't buy photography. They don't hire photographers. Okay. Clients buy clarity. Clients buy confidence, and clients buy consistency. So anywhere that you can show clarity, confidence, and consistency, that is what they're buying into. Okay. They buy into you. They're buying into you. They're buying into the way that you see, the way that you execute, and the way that you show up. They're buying into you. If your portfolio is clean, the work is great, but your website's a mess, come on. If your website looks great, but then you show up a mess, come on. If you've got the style, but then no substance in your work, this is the next guy. Crazy outfits, always looks like a photographer, but his work is shit. That's all style and no substance, which is also goodbye. If you have all style and no substance, you've broken the triangle. You've broken your packaging triangle. The whole thing collapses. But when all three sides align, humble photographer with mad talent, a great website, and a really likable personal presence with a vibe that could be shared with new clients, then a client stops looking. When they look at you and they're like, this guy's cool. My client's going to think this guy's cool. Like, I hear that over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's when a client stops looking. When they look at you, they see the work, and they're just like, yes, you are so much a part of that. And your bad personal style turns a yes into a no. So here's the final word. You need to be the brand. Okay? You need to be the brand. You're not just a fucking photographer. You are the product. Okay? You're the promise. And you are the presence. You need to step into the role of being the product. You're the one who creates this stuff. You're the promise. You're the literally ace in the hole. Can't fail. You're number one. The promise and your presence. You literally, when you're in a room, people are like, who's that one? Who's that? I want to meet that person. That is what makes you a photographer, and that's what's getting hired. When you get your packaging triangle right, you stop chasing clients. Promise you stop chasing clients. When you get your packaging triangle right, clients chase you. Clients chase me. They want me to, this girl's trying to get me to do headshots. It's like, yeah, we'll get to it. You know what I mean? And then I message her and she's busy and she messaged me and it's like, this girl's not hiring someone else. She wants me, but she'll wait for me. So, and again, I don't recommend making people wait for you that long. But at the same point, when it's like a small job and I do big jobs, it's got to be convenient for me as well. So understand this. Once you get into the right mindset, when your packaging triangle is tight, clients chase you. They chase you because your work is consistent, because your site completely blew them away. It completely convinced them. And then they met you and they were like, yeah, this all makes sense. So you look like a photographer that they've been searching for. Like, you look like the exact photographer that they've been searching for. Understand this. How you complete the triangle is you have to be seen. You have to be remembered, and then you get booked.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.